too.
You right click it.
Yeah, I don't see the Instagram on there, or I can't edit it. But we should be on YouTube as well right now, right?
Yeah, in a few seconds it should be.
Yeah, and for those, I don't know, can y'all hear? Can y'all hear Afi? I'm gonna put it up volume on mine because I got the phone on the left side, and I got you here on the webcam. So let's see if. So I'm reading some of the comments here. I was asking about the ugliest moment when people felt rejected and abandoned. What was their reaction, right? What did they do? How did they act? So I got one here. It says, I was in a relationship and felt rejected. It was pretty nasty. I went into emotional starving, depression, anxiety, feeling worthless, hopeless, felt like I was unworthy of anything in the world. Okay, so I think they can hear you. I got some confirmation that they can hear you. So so this is what we're gonna do real quick. Because everybody, okay, me and Afi, we've been talking, for months. I'd say we know each other. I don't know how many months, but what's funny in the dating world, business world, friendship world, the discovery phase, right? Who would have known this guy knew more about damn Ric Flair? Nobody else know about wrestling like Afi, and we're obviously in the same space, dating coach space. So that alone was a good commonality. Both teaching, training background. He is full-blown teacher. Do more of the training on the military side. So then, got to discover more of that. And but I'll be the first to admit is that at first, I wasn't cynical about Afi, but I was cynical in general about anyone, date coach, red coat, whatnot, because sometimes, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, because you've seen some of your peers, their whole central core theme is red pill only. Has nothing to do with travel, has nothing to do with taking care of career, has nothing to do with overall self-improvement.
Right.
It is so based on, just basically red pill. I mean, what's kind of, I don't know, what would you say if we're both bankers, right? Let's say all these dating coaches are like different stocks. How do you see the stock when it comes to red pill? I mean, are we at where we need to be? Are we all talking the same thing? I mean, what's kind of your thoughts on before we get into the topic?
Yeah, it's all good. That's a good question. Real quick, shout out to ALC, shout out to P Bubs, Travs, Daquan, RPC, Trav, Reb sings the blues, Sudoku, what's going on? Okay, as far as that, I think we all sing the same tune, but we all had different visions. That's what I feel like.
Yeah.
And we all coming from a different place, man. Some guys get to this. What's up, Adelina? Some guys get to this space because of hurt. Some of them, they come because of lack of direction, not having no father, shit like that. Like, so we're all in the same place, but we all, like I said, we're all, it's like you say, the bank, I'm gonna say we're all at the train station. So we're all at the train station, but we're going to different destinations, like me, I'm happy to call myself an author. I'm a motivator. So I don't just look at myself as in someone who's just in the dating sector and shit. I got a big vision for it, man. And even then, thank you for the super chat, brother. Can't wait to read the second book. Yep. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. It's the second book. See, that's just, even then, that's a show catch. Like, I'm for real. I'm not one and done. Like, it's stuff that I want to do. I don't want to just come on here and talk. I got goals and aspirations for myself and my channel and my content. So,
you brought a good point, right? Because the people in the game is kind of like, I look at it as a metaphor. It's like we're martial artists, right? Everyone has their own style, and we teach a different way. And the whole goal is either to, you either protecting yourself or you're on the offense and defense, right? Some people, they want to make black belt, which is grind and hustle. Some people they just showing up to class, right? Or they're just just doing it. So that's the way that I look at this discovery with dating coaches, because my Instagram, I got relationship coaches, super blue pill. Then I'll have red, black, and the reason we use this, for those that are watching on Instagram, we use for those, I'll do a whole video on it. These are just simply labels that are shortcuts to explaining a certain philosophy, but it's not all inclusive. It doesn't mean that if you're just one or the other, that's your only belief system. I think we have an issue with that in the United States, but that's a whole other topic. So I'm going to do a real quick flash round here. Okay, I'm going to ask obviously just some random ass questions, right? And because I'm curious myself. So, okay, favorite cereal growing up?
Favorite cereal, I like O's, brother. O's, the Honey Nut O's. They come in a smaller box.
Okay, so you would chow down the little boxes, right?
Yeah, they're called Honey Nut O's. I think that's.
The O's. Okay. So it was like was that like Cheerios?
Yeah, kind of like Cheerios. They oaty and they honey.
Okay, so I heard that. I'm gonna ask y'all.
They kind of like exclusive, but not really. Like they kind of like how the cheese balls are. Like they come and go. Like they got their own little. When they come, people want to get them.
Hey, I'm still waiting on the Ninja Turtle cereal to come back, but that's just me. I'm still waiting on that. But I'm seeing the people on Instagram. I'm asking y'all too about the cereal too. Okay. So my favorite 80s movie is a little bit of a tie. It's Rocky 2 and Breaking 2, Electric Boogaloo. Favorite 80s movie? Yeah, we're from the
Rocky 4. That's easy, bro.
What's that?
Rocky 4. See, she know what it is. She said that's her favorites too. See,
Rocky 4.
Hey, tell me. See what I'm saying? Tell what's the name of the actual cereal though? I think it is called O's. She said +4. Mine is Rocky 4, bro. That's my favorite.
Rocky 4 had probably the best soundtrack. There's no easy way out. All that was the. I was scared of the Russians back then, though. The way they painted him. No, back then as a kid, I was like, man, they're killing boxers. That was my belief system. They grew up on
that movie at least a couple hundred times, right? To watch it every day.
Propaganda, you know what I'm saying? There was a lot of propaganda on the Soviets back then. Rice Krispies, we got Rice Krispies, we got Cheerios before Cheerios. Wait, that's the Cheerios before Cheerios. I think they were talking about the O's. Karate Kid. I started watching Cobra Kai, the series, by the way, which I like that. That's a pretty good series.
I watched the first season in like a few days, but then I didn't catch up with the rest of the season. Have you watched?
Started up on season 2. I got my daughter watched the original, but then I can't have her watching the new one. 8-year-old, and it's kind of too many cursing and whatnot. This is near and dear question to me, so y'all be the big gold belt or the
big gold belt.
No, I was about to say the curved eagle, the 80s WWF belt, big gold belt, right?
Big gold belt. That's the. I mean, I got a wrestling channel, and that's the avatar. So like, that's the avatar of my wrestling expert level wrestling channel.
I could have told him $5 million. He would have still said the big gold belt. For those that don't know, that's a whole wrestling thing right there. Childhood crush.
Childhood crush.
Yeah.
Alicia Rashad.
Who was that?
Alicia Rashad. Claire Huxtable.
Claire Huxtable.
Cosby Show, man. Cosby Show.
Oh man, Dude, I was in ESL classes back then. When everyone was watching Cosby Show, I could barely speak the language, so I didn't watch.
Oh yeah, man.
I was watching a lot.
Look up the Cosby Show on YouTube.
Okay.
And look at the wife. That's who I used to like. That's who I still like.
Yeah, because Raven was the kid on that one, right?
Yeah, Raven was the child. She and Rudy. I forgot Rudy's.
That was it. Malcolm Jamal.
Michael Jamal Warner. Yep.
Malcolm Jamal Warner. We got David Cassidy here. I think David Cassidy was a singer, I believe, right? Okay, so for me, it was Alyssa Milano from Who's the Boss.
Yeah, I used to like Who's the Boss too. That was cool.
Alyssa Milano was my thing.
Who's the Boss? She was hot.
Okay, did you have the 8-bit Nintendo?
Yeah, I was a Nintendo guy, bro. Like I wasn't even I got a gamer channel too, and people was saying how come I haven't reviewed Sega Genesis games because I was a Nintendo guy. That's why.
I've
I had
never.
the friend, one of my friends, a few of my friends had the Genesis, and I didn't think it was better, so I never had the reason to invest in getting it. You know what I mean? So I was always a
Never
Nintendo
had
buddy.
one Sega Genesis or a system. I don't even know if I've had a game. I don't even know if I've downloaded like Sonic or any of those. But for those that are watching on the Instagram side, um, Christmas, man, this had to been like 88 or 89 when the maybe 87 too for some folks when the Nintendo came out, and a lot of people. I mean, Christmas was just again. We graduated in '99, same age. I'm 39, and I remember Christmas when the original Nintendo came out. So, I don't
Yeah.
know. For me, it was something crazy magical. I went from walking barefooted in Puerto Rico to like getting this system where I could play a zapper, shooting down ducks on the TV, and some little Italian plumber dude.
You used to
And
cheat. You used to cheat.
yeah,
You used to put
yeah,
the
yeah.
screen.
My screen's got the little, the little, not the fingerprints, but the zapper prints. Yeah, man. I was shoot, man. I can't do that now. We literally gotta shoot the range, and if we don't, then we get a bad nasty gram. We got what bubble pubble, bubble. Oh, someone mentioned a game that I used to play a lot. She said bubble pubble, but I know what she means. It's a Nintendo game that had something with the bubbles. It was like a
Bubble bobble.
was it?
Bubble bobble.
That's what it was. That's exactly what she put. Man, I got it. Yeah, yeah.
I got the system, bro, with all those games. So some of them I still be playing. I'm a
You,
little
you,
familiar with it.
you didn't get that from
Just
Soldier Boy, though, right?
nah, I didn't get it from Soldier Boy. I
Yeah,
have mine. Mine is a it's an old school it's an old school Xbox with an emulator chip in it is what it is.
yeah, I got you. Yeah, they had a lot of the emulator software. I had a JTAG Xbox, which was like a hacked Xbox years ago. Bubble Bobble. Someone put dragons eating bubbles. That's what it was. You froze up on here. Can you still see me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Is it moving on my side? It was kind of a
Hold on.
frozen. Your face being frozen on your side. I don't know. Okay, there you go. Okay, so let's get into it. So meeting of the minds here. What I always encourage for a lot of the viewers is, let's get vulnerable. It's a cathartic process, just putting things out there. So some of the questions I asked was, hey, Pinay Vocalisto, I got a girl from the Philippines here that I remember she was on my last call. She ended up her relationship with her boyfriend. That's good. That's good. Got to make executive decisions. So they were talking about rejection, and I started going into some stories, right? Because I think a lot of people, they assume just because we're in this space that we don't have, if they don't really investigate and do a deep dive, they think, hey, we're good to go. We haven't had issues. We're now transferring this knowledge, but we obviously have to have our own journey. Um, Talk to me. Rejection. This is before you got up on game, right? Before, like, for example, I built a callous mind to where rejection wasn't even in my radar now. But when I first felt rejected, I remember how worthless I felt, right? Not knowing the background, not knowing that maybe she actually thought she wasn't enough for me. But I was in that mind frame of, hey, damn, she didn't accept me. I didn't get the job, quote unquote, and felt down and defeated. Um, just to keep it real, like when you first, I'm assuming you have felt it before. When you first felt it, what were those emotions going through your mind? What was your overall reaction?
Hmm. Brother, I'm gonna be transparent with you. I don't know, bro. I never really got rejected like that. And when I did, I didn't. it didn't really matter to me. Like, I'm, but the thing is it built character from when I was younger, because a lot of these guys they reach out for coaching and they want to kind of master their craft before they go out in the scene. And I feel like the experiences that we have is we didn't have the we didn't have the luxury of being lax. You know, we had to go out there and make it happen. And I always talk about, like young guys, how they can just stay on their phones and they can navigate, hook up, do all of this stuff. But, I remember even before uh, I was driving, it was the bus, man. It's different. These kids, they got it easy, but they don't realize how easy they have it. So I think the way we were brought up was different. So I mean, I can't lie. I didn't have that experience where like I just. But as part of it's confidence, but part of it's just the way I was raised. I have a real strong mother who I seen just go out there and make shit happen too. And I just realized early that the worst somebody can tell you was no. And that's been instilled to me. Instilled, like I shoot my shot, bro. I don't, and that's why it's funny because it's like, certain things become a part of you. So, you know, the worst somebody can tell you was no, but I feel like guys are scared to jump in the pool. And a lot of times stuff isn't even as good as you think. Just like a job, you're scared to apply for a job. You apply for the job, you get the job easy. You see a woman you like, you talk to her, she ends up being way more down to earth than you thought. Or in another scenario, you meet one and then you thought you were interested in her and you end up not being interested. So it's just the same thing, man. It's the art of, I don't know. I say the art of being curious. Like just my current thing is with my books. I've been writing a book, put that one out, learn kind of the formatting of how to write, how to market. So now I'm on my third book. You know, so you know, I learn stuff fast, but I want like the listeners to like kind of pay attention because like I had this mindset, but you can have it too. It's not exclusive to me. It's not exclusive to you. A lot of experience that you guys have are just it's the way that you think. You think it's your money not right or your confidence. It's the way you think. That's the first part of it. You know, once you do things, I could have put my shit out, bro, and it could have sold one copy. I didn't know. People will say they're gonna buy some shit when it's not available.
Yeah.
You just they have an abundance mindset just across the globe, man. Everything that you do, it'll make you successful, and success will give you confidence. There's no way that you be
Yeah. Go ahead.
successful in confidence. I mean, unless you have the kind of success that was gave to you. If you work for your success, you're gonna gain confidence. You know.
And
So
sometimes the biggest thing too is that if the because it kind of circle back. Sometimes if that success is given to you, um, you really don't have grind, right? Let's say silver spoon, let's say you grew up as a millionaire. You either have two ways, right? You feel the social pressure to do the whole keeping up with the Joneses, right? Hey, I got to join the country club because mom and dad say I need to be part of it. I need to become a doctor because such and such, or they totally rebel and they say I'm gonna do my own thing, right? So part of circling back on that, on the confidence part, and those that register the feelings of rejection or not, it does all start with childhood and the kind of upbringing we had, kind of parents, because you may have the total opposite. You may have a parents that have abandoned you or not gave a damn about you or weren't strong. They weren't even strong for themselves, right? So that shapes those kind of like soul wounds, that stay with you. So the helpful thing, and it kind of goes back to that metaphor of like a martial artist, is when we read your books, check out my material, check out anyone else's material, is making sure that you can apply it, but also understand the cards you were dealt, but not think that's it. You know what I'm saying? Not saying, oh crap, these are cards I was dealt, so I can't do much about it.
I got a question for you, bro. What I was asked this question. I don't remember who asked me this question, but I was asked this question recently.
And I'm listening. So if I'm looking to the side, I'm just reading my Instagram, folks, but I'm listening.
What you've been? How long you been coaching for?
On and off, and I say on and off because I've been in the dating service game for 10 years. It's all right there, media, everything from showing up on the local news, dating, day coaching, and matchmaking. So since September 2010.
You 2010. You got 10 years in the game. That's what's going on.
Yeah.
So within those 10 years, what do you think are the three main things that hold people back? What do you think?
We talking with dating overall?
Yeah. Just that. Like, what are the three things that people come to you that they tell you that they're scared or they're lacking?
Okay, so
especially this for a while. So I'm just curious.
Sorry, especially what?
No, I say you've been doing this a while, so I'm curious to know, like, what, as far as guys that reach out to you, what are like the three main issues that they have?
So I'm gonna do a quick little, like a minute on the history of how I've seen dating evolve, and then I'll answer your question, right? So, I started about 2 years prior to Tinder being even in existence, right? So at that time, the online dating culture. Off, you good? Put the camera down. Hopefully he's okay. So for those that are watching, 2010, we did events, we did matchmaking, we did date coaching. So I was able to see the transition where at that time, people, yes, they were on their phone, but it wasn't to the point where we were full blown phone addicts, right? I think right now what I see, what the fears that a lot of people is that because of the phone, because of Instagram, because of all these apps, especially now in the COVID era, where you've kind of funneled a lot of digital communication. The three biggest things are the guys, I think because of an abundance of information, they have forgotten how to have original communication, if that makes sense. So they're basically, it's almost like a so robotic, basic communication. Like there's no creativity. It's actually kind of there's a lot of irony in the fact that with more information, it's actually killed creativity. So a lot of women, inversely, they complain a lot about men, which is another issue, right? These actually kind of connect. So the first one is a lack of creativity. And us as men, we're the ones that are most of the time we initiate. I saw your video where you talk about, hey, the woman's got to show like real high interest. I'm not going to do the chase anymore. And again, just like martial artists, we all have a different approach. But so you got number one, the shitty communication, very basic communication. Number two, and I'm going to put this more on the woman, is a lot of leading with pride and fear. A lot of them lead with pride and fear, a combination of both, right? Either it's the men ain't shit movement, but I still want a good man, right? So it's, and then the third one, which kind of ties into number one and two, is nowadays our energy is way off. There's not that much magic and authenticity, whether you're red pill, blue pill, purple, it don't matter. I guess if you're black pill, because you're not even in the ballpark, but it doesn't matter. There's a lack of that magical, there's a lot of candy. There's not the full meal when it comes to dating. It's a lot of quick candy hits, a lot of dopamine hits. It's no longer the, hey, look, I had a good scenario. And even if that's just your cut buddy, it feels somewhat special, even if it doesn't go anywhere past that. Nowadays, we're dopamine depleted. And that relates back to the information age. So a lot of this, it does go back to, 10 years ago, there was no Instagram, there was no Tinder. We maybe had 3 or 4 platforms we would use, and then we get back to the real world. Nowadays, everything is so intertwined with technology that it's, in a way, it's almost like fried our brain. And since we get so many interactions, so many, options nowadays, that we're dopamine depleted. And I don't know if that answered your question, but that was kind of a way to see the trends of what I saw 10 years ago to now. And yeah, I'm reading something here by one of my Instagram. People don't know how to talk to each other anymore, which, yeah, goes back to what we were saying about with more information and more digital burnout, we don't really have that creativity. So I'm gonna what do you see as some of the I guess not frequently asked questions, I guess you want to call that, or frequent, what is some of your folks wanting or advice on, or
Rejection, bro.
rejection? So I'm assuming guys and girls, or mainly guys, or 50-50 split?
Men are scared of rejection.
And pause real quick, because I got the 1 minute 20 countdown on Instagram. I'm just gonna tell them that I'm gonna redo the live. So for y'all, I'm gonna stop it here, but I'm gonna start it back up. So I'll be right back for part 2. So y'all don't want to miss this, because we're about to get into the rejection piece. So you don't want to miss out on this. But I'm gonna end it here just so I can restart the video. Okay, sorry about that.
Women, men scared of rejection. Women usually have problems with dudes that they deal with. Not usually, because women can attract men super easy. But I don't really have women who are looking to attract a man or pursue a man. It's usually someone who they're already dealing with. And things aren't going the way they want them to. But with dudes, it's usually women usually reach out for interactions who they're actually dating somebody or whatever. Dudes are usually interacting and reaching out about
The initial, right?
Yeah, like it's usually you would think, you would assume that guys would reach out because they are having problems with their girl or having relationship issues, but it's really they reach out, they're not even there yet. It's usually somebody who they're checking for or admiring, or just they want to learn how to attract women and stuff in general. Because they're usually not in the actual situations, where women usually they kind of want to know about how to deal with something that they're in. Guys want to get in them stuff, but when guys are in relationships, it's usually like baby mama stuff or ex stuff.
That's got to be pretty loaded just in itself. I mean, when you get the kids involved.
Ex stuff it's not as much now though, but before that would be like majority. Like everybody want to get back with their ex and stuff like that.
You see that more with men or women that are wanting to pull back? Women.
Women can attract men super easy. They don't have to stress off it. It's just that they be fixated on attracting the particular individual.
Yeah.
And women can get them some dudes, bro. That's not the key. A lot of dudes can't get past the square one though. They talk themselves out of situations before they even happen, and see, that's kind of a bad thing, because if you're talking yourself out of situations, that means you lack a lot of confidence. So even if you get coaching, and I can tell you, or you can tell people the right things to do, or the right things to say, or work on this, that underlying factor right there is going to kill you in the long run. If you don't really have no confidence from within, it's going to be easy to break.
Imagine that's like us being running coaches, and lack of confidence is somebody with a broken leg.
Mm-hmm. Let me check something real quick. Just take this question. Be right back. You see it?
How would you guys go bringing about the freaking conservative woman? You store with her, watch porn with her. What's your guys taking advice. I like it because we okay. Hit
I
me
can
with that
still
one.
hear you.
Who wanted first? I can get on
Oh,
that
no,
one
you go
first.
ahead. You go ahead, cause I'm going to this Instagram real quick. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, let me know if you jump. Okay, so Four Fingers TV, by the way, appreciate you being on here. Freaky conservative woman. Here's the thing. This is the fun part is, and I'm wondering, I can't tell if you're, coming from the man or woman part of it, but I mean, it's all about the slow burn with it. You got to show her, assuming that you're a guy, the way that I've brought out the freaky and the conservative woman uh, is a slow burn, right? But I got to be able to show that I'm strong and confident enough to not be scared to go there conversation wise. So first couple conversations, I would straight up bring up a little hint, right, without being too dirty, but not being scared. Be like, hey, I'm not jealous guy. If you're looking hot, I like the fact that you're getting checked out. Hey, hello for everyone on Instagram. Um, I'm answering a question for the YouTube side of the house. So yeah, it's all about the slow burn. And this is the thing with conservative women versus those that say they're straight up freaks, is that they respect the slow burn, but they want that assertiveness, and that's nonverbal language. So you can't be all meek talking about, well, I kind of like this. No, you just gotta be like, hey, this is how I am. Because the other guys that are all white picket fence and all boring, they're not going to be able to have that strong mindset to last. And she's shit testing you regardless if she's conservative or not. Conservative just means that they might act a little more classier in public, or they give you a lot more what you call a shit test, or a different approach, right? They dress differently. They dress conservative, or more at Starbucks than they are at the nightclub. But I'll be honest, like I enjoy that challenge because most of the time you get a better woman overall when they're conservative and they test that. So to recap, you got to come strong with the verbal, nonverbal, and then just show that you're not just all about that. So hopefully that helps. Um, and yeah, so I actually did answer a little freaky question on there. So y'all need to jump on the YouTube. You're missing out. Offie Kingdom's going to jump on. We're going to talk about rejection again. So let me know if that answered your question. You can respond on there. Hopefully I can see his questions as well. Let me.
I don't know what happened. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I got you. You disappeared for a minute. I don't know what happened. Shout out
Yeah.
to King Solomon for the super chat blessings, brother. King Solomon, what you think of that book, bro? You ain't never tell me.
Okay, so for everybody that just joined on Instagram, if you can't, you should be able to hear Off the Kingdom. You can hop on my YouTube on the dating doc, and then we're able to hop on here. You don't have to worry about the angle of me looking this way and that way. So that conservative woman question, I don't know if you're able to hear me a little bit.
I can hear you.
But okay, so I answered it real quick. So just to recap, it was something to the effect of, there you go, look at that. It was to the point of like, how do you make a conservative woman freaky, right? I think that was the question, something to that effect. I can't see it anymore.
That's an easy question, bro. They all are. Those are
Yeah.
the worst. Those are the freakiest ones.
Yeah. So what I said
You're
was
not
that,
turning into anything. It's not. See, let me say something. Like, people are too particular. What I mean is, like, I think guys are focused too much on the wrong stuff. Like they'll look, hey, what's up, Mahogany? They'll be like, hey, what's game for what's some game for the streets? What's some game for the supermarket? What's some game when you're at the pool hall? Like, bro, it's not that deep, bro. You just understand attraction
Yeah.
and be confident. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like how do you make conservative women freaky? I mean, it's not. You don't. You're putting too much on it by even making it seem like a challenge. Like the same, like the how you turn on a conservative woman is how you can just turn on any woman, bro.
Yeah.
The
So
fact that you're making it, the fact that you're separating it like that is making it more difficult for you because you
yeah.
because you're training your brain to think it's a whole different task you have to learn. Like, okay, I booked a consultation with the dating doc. He taught me about night game. Now I need to talk to Afi and figure out, you know, conservative women game. No, bro, it doesn't. I know. I sound like I'm being an asshole, but I'm telling you, like,
Yeah, no,
once you understand, like, women, bro, there is no such thing as supermarket game and
yeah.
fucking supermarket game, pool game, uh, casino game. Like, it's all the same shit. The only
Hey,
thing, no, the only difference I say is social media game and online game and game. So those you separate those.
yeah, there's
But
different
guys be
approaches.
out here in the street, be like, give me some Safeway game. All right, that was fire. How about when I go to Lucky's, bro? It's the same shit.
Yeah. I got you. So going back to the topic, because if not, man, we're gonna be hearing, we're gonna be taking the exit somewhere else. So with the rejection and abandonment, right? You brought up a lot of your clients. They go through rejection, right? You talk mainly the men trying to get into something, and then the woman are already into something, and they're either trying to get their ex back or whatnot. This, I'm assuming that ties into segue. That ties into the neediness part, right? AKA what I call at times one-itis. If you're just trying to chase one person. Um, so real quick, I'll say my piece on what I think. Actually, I went into that before you hopped on the Instagram. Um, I was explaining neediness. I was explaining how, again, a lot of that goes back to childhood. For people that don't even follow this space, they're not even the dating coach game, none of that stuff. But why they feel that neediness, a lot of it deals with, dad or mom wasn't around, or whatever that was. They were left with a babysitter, and they had no idea what a babysitter was. They thought, parents were just leaving them, and that again, that lack of confidence because they haven't done that self audit. They haven't looked at themselves and said, "Hey, these were the cards I was dealt, and I really haven't fixed anything but myself. But let me just blame it on the outside world, right? These women don't want me, I try, I message them, I call them. Why don't they respond? He has no idea that his neediness is just putting off the wrong kind of energy. So, real quick, what's kind of your take on some of your clients or examples or whatnot on neediness?
Neediness. That's just the one-itis, bro. People not having an abundance mindset.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not a catchphrase. It's a real thing. Like, I don't know. When you like the one-itis stuff, it's like you can. It's okay to like love a woman and care about a woman and stuff like that. I don't understand like sometimes men have it like they can't eat, sleep, or fucking like live without this other person. And I mean that sounds like a cool thing, like in a movie or something, but that's not an attractive trait.
It's funny we mentioned that, right? Some of these skits and movies somehow it's normalized,
Like
but
just
it's
look,
real
hey,
crazy.
so if I could live without you, would you like that? That would make you feel bad, right? That's putting a lot of pressure on.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I
And
mean,
a lot of the romantic films,
right?
they think that's the way it's supposed to be.
See, we
Like, come
got
on.
women confirmation right now. We just got women confirmation. See, it puts a lot of pressure on the woman, bro. Like guys think if I just tell her I can't live without her, and she's man, and that'll make her value me so much. It don't work like that, bro. If it's gonna make a woman feel awkward as fuck, bro. It doesn't. And you guys be saying, oh, that's just you. That my girl is different. No, your girl ain't different, bro. Nobody likes that shit. It's not about like you. It sounds good, like yeah. So you think like the woman's thinking, man, this guy can't live without me. He's so valuable.
Yeah.
No, bro, that's not, bro. It's like it's pressure. It makes her feel like what's the word I'm looking for? Huh?
I mean, there's
Just not good.
coercion.
It's just not a good one.
Hey, you got itis, right? The ribs got you, huh?
Yeah, no. I'm just getting a second opinion. That's all.
No, I thought the ribs had you. You can't even think, man. Like a Chappelle show, they had the was it? I think it was the itis. So, but here's the thing, right? When you think about neediness versus the opposite of that, you know, some examples, right? You think about all these stories, right, about someone going into a gym and shooting up girls because he felt rejected or whatnot. Neediness that's more dangerous of traits that leads to stalkers, leads to people going out there, you know, killing people. Than someone.
Have you ever had some guys stalking some girls hit you up?
Has someone ever stalked what?
Have you ever had guys who were like stalking chicks hit you up before? Like I'm stalking this chick.
Yeah.
I got bugging her, like that kind of stuff.
This is crazy. One of my, and this goes back to about 2010, 2011. This guy was a postal worker. You know the whole stereotype about going postal, right? Postal work and all that. So this guy, John, I remember because I even had to make a 10 commandments for John, right? Just like, and I said, these are his 10 rules. He was one of my first matchmaking clients. So set him up with a, you know, one of my more favorite, and these folks were like in their 50s. One of my more favorite 50s woman, tall, blonde, you know, and she was real humble. This guy was, I thought it was cool. So part of the introduction is I do a separate, like, you know, hey, this is what he's about, this is what she's about, and then I pass information. He calls this lady, I'm not kidding, because she showed me the screenshot, 27 times around midnight, right? That's just a start. This is just part the initial. Okay, for everyone on Instagram, yes, this is a true story. I'm gonna look at y'all for a second here because I want to make sure y'all. This guy called 12. I'm sorry, 20. I got 12 people here right now. 27 times in a row. I told him, I was like, look, how do you think she feels, right? Because again, I had to frame it in like, dude, come on now. He ignored it. Part of that story is he wanted me to go. He thought we were buddies. He wanted me to go to divorce proceedings with him. I was like, dude, come on now. It's not even like that. But the fact that he didn't have what really worried me was he lacked the social awareness to think it was right to do what he did. And you probably, because you got a lot of followers, you know, you probably got like, even if it's 0.01%, there's at least one or two dudes out there, because we're the ones that initiate, that is on that weird stalker game. You know, and that's dangerous.
Yeah, I said a girl just tatted me on her wrist. How you feel about that, bro? Did you tell her to do it, or
got me tatted on her wrist?
You got somebody love, or do you have somebody crazy, bro?
That unless Travis saved her life, donated a kidney, donated a heart, saved the kid's life. To me, that obviously it's unhealthy, but it's a narcissist. It's manipulative. I mean that because he's the way he said it, a girl. He didn't say my girl. He didn't say my fiance. He just said a girl got tatted on the wrist. That's unhealthy. I mean, to me, it's unhealthy. I mean, it's an ego boost, right? Because she knows how to manipulate the game. She knows, hey, it's gonna make a guy feel a certain way. But it's like Star Wars. It's a trap, right? If you fall into it, that's on you.
It's a way to show affection and give attention without being needy or giving too much
Is it a way
validation.
to show?
That's another thing too. Like, bro, like guys need to understand too, not women, just people work. They work and are motivated different. So you gotta understand that too. Like what works for one situation may not work for another one. Like, just like the validation part, mm, the validation. Some women like it. Some women don't get turned off by it, you know. It just depends on how you do things, but they'll make things cut and dry, like don't say this, don't say that. But I don't know. There's a couple of types. You just gotta see. This is what I feel like. I feel like if people took more time to understand people, then they'll be better off. What happens is men want sex, women want relationships. So that's their focus. Men are focused on getting sex from women. Some of them relationships too, and then women want relationships out of dudes. But when you're doing that, and you don't even understand people in general, you're so fixated on the part that you want. You take time out to understand exactly what's going on around you, and then go into the game. Then you will be more successful.
Yes, yeah, finding that common ground is the basis for what we're doing right now, right? We had to get to know each other on the business sense, right? And as friends. And if I came at you and I didn't even hear y'all on anything, and I just said, "Hey, give me your followers," right? That kind of approach, because I have had similar approaches where people have said, "Hey, dude." I mean, literally, just the verbiage, right? It comes off very selfish, right? Where it's like, "Hey, can you share this?" And I don't know who they are, right? So you can imagine that's the same way that a dude comes up and says, "Hey, I want to have sex." If the woman has gotten that attention, that's white noise to her. She's like, "Dude, like, come on now, like you're not in the stratosphere of original. You're not even registering. You're not a blip on the radar." And what gets me is that a lot of the guys that they want the sex part, um, it goes back to like the tribal days. You got to show that you can man up, and manning up nowadays is not like the old days where you got to man up and this, pound yourself on the chest, and here are fighting people. It's more about, look, is this guy creative? Is this guy confident? Does he have some sort of swagger to him? He's not just robotic in his ways, like you kind of alluded to. Where it's like it got to be one technique or the other. Is there smoothness? Can I see this guy? I hate to say it, but can I see this guy putting some cum in me? Right? That's what a woman should think.
Yeah.
Not
King says it's hard to describe to a man the vibe he should have.
okay. Yeah, it's hard to describe to a man the vibe he should have around women. It's like, how do you put that in
You
words?
hear me? Um,
Yeah, I'm reading it. Yeah.
um, it's hard to put into words that develops a perfect picture in the man's mind. It's just a vibe. Yeah, it's a vibe, bro. Freelance Loner, what's going on, bro? Good to see you.
I'm saying hi to Messy Thoughts here. She's out here. She's one of my favorites here on Instagram. Dude Therapy. We got Dude Therapy and some other folks here. Um,
Did you ever have one-itis, bro?
have I ever had one-itis? Let me see.
And if you did have one-itis, what made you stop having it? And if you never did, tell me why you never had it.
Yeah, no. So I'm trying to think, trying to define the difference between. Okay, I mean, the way I'm structuring my mind. So, have I had girls I've had crushes on for a little bit? Yes, went away. Have I had girls that I was wild about? Yes. Um, the thing that helped for me was negative confirmation. And what I mean by that is, and this is before abundance mindset, because I had abundance mindset when it came to everything but dating. Like I looked at plan B, plan C, plan D when it came to my military career, when it came to the professional world, when it came to revenue streams, all that stuff was taken care of. When it came to dating, this was about about 2006 or seven. I wasn't at that abundance mindset with dating. Sexually, yes. Emotionally, I was getting too caught up. So, girl that I dated, physically was wild about her. Okay, physically I was like, damn. I mean, I have a type. We would talk offline, but I have a certain type, and I was like, man, this is wild. Like, I was like National Geographic, like hunting style. Um, and then I started replaying after a couple of dates, and try to talk. We'd have some good conversations on the phone, and then just one of those things dropped off the map. And someone said, "Aren't you off the market?" Well, I'm talking 2006, 2007. I'm off the market now, but the way that I did it was negative confirmation. I looked back and I said, you know what? Conversations on her side were kind of boring.
Right.
And then I remember walking around the mall because I was stationed in El Paso at the time. For those that, if you don't mind, for those that are watching on Offie's side, I'm an Army officer. I'm actually still in the military, so I'm doing this as well as the. So if I speak sometimes in military language, that's why. But I was stationed in El Paso during that time, and I went to the mall, and there was just nice things to look at. So that's when I figured out. I was like, you know what? Snap out of it. It didn't take that long. It didn't take that long, but what really helped, and hopefully can help whoever's watching, is negative. What I call negative confirmation is going back and not having a negative mindset. It's just more auditing who she is as a person and saying, you know what, really wasn't all that. And I think I was more hooked on the idea of her, but not her.
Yeah, I've been there too. What's going on, King Dre? Good to see you, player. Yeah, the idea of another person to get you. But
Yeah.
then again, it's your ego. It's your ego.
Yeah. The ego can pull you in too, right? The ego's that dark magic, that ego.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that have you thinking. I don't know, like have you really going into like fantasy mode? Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
I've been and just having an ego to where sometimes you don't really see things for what they are. You try to make your own conclusion.
You make your own little fantasy world, like you said. It's like you got your own storyline about the person. Hey, I don't know if you ever noticed that at work. The other person will keep it longer when you should then bounce. Exactly. It's all the discovery phase, right? It's like when I show up to a new job and I'm thinking, man, these people must be in cliques, and I feel like the outsider, right? And then you start discovering, you're like, man, these two people don't really talk to each other, or whatever. I'm kind of starting getting used to this rhythm of how work is. It's the same thing when you discover this person you had a fantasy about. You like, wait a minute, like, you might it might even be one little trigger, like she kind of smells. You know what I mean? Like something that just hits you that brings her back down to reality that you're like, nah, come on now. I'm looking at the ones here.
Thank you, Freelance Ronan, for putting data. You guys make sure you subscribe to Dating Dot. My man Freelance just put his link in the chat. Make sure y'all subscribe to his channel and also follow him on Instagram. It's the same name.
Yeah, appreciate that. I really appreciate it. Here's a big thing. We talk about game, we talk about love, relationships. We all of us in this space, we gotta be about collaborating, not competing. So I really appreciate that about you, man. Really do. So I mean, we gotta set the example.
I don't know. Like I say, it's just funny how you know yourself and how people on YouTube or whatever can come up with their own conclusions of who you are based on what you put out there. Like I don't know, bro. I'm like one of the things I hear about me. It's like I'm one of the most laid back, chill guys, bro. I don't be tripping on shit,
Yeah.
you know. So it's like if you really know me, like, and even like now, like I told you, like I'm pretty chill and low key. Like I can get animated and stuff too when I'm when it's called for, but I'm real chill, real easy going. And even that, when you apply it to dating and stuff, I'm just like an easy person to talk to, you know? Just beyond like game and all of that shit. Like I'm an easy person to talk to. So
Mm.
that's very effective. I don't see you as competition. I don't see anybody as competition. That's the funny part. The people who are in places I want to be, I just let them inspire me. I get inspired by other people's success and moves that they make, and at the same time, I study success. Uh,
Mhm.
I study I study winning game plans and shit like that, and that's where I focus my energy. Even when I'm not working, I'm still working.
Yeah.
But in my head, I'm always behind. I'm always behind. There's plenty of things that I needed to do and still
Mhm.
need to do. So when you have that mindset, it just makes you appreciate your time a lot, and then it just gives you something to look forward to and something to focus on. You know,
Yeah. Yeah. I think the biggest thing too is, I mean,
I
take it.
like to see other people win, bro. Other than me, like that's what,
Yeah.
like, just like that's teaching, bro. That's what. Like I don't understand. Sometimes I don't understand how people understand, bro. Like, so if you are an educator, bro, what that's supposed to tell you or a listener or whoever a lot about me without me saying anything, bro. Like it takes a certain type of person to do certain type of shit. Just like it takes a certain type of person to be a construction worker. Like I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah.
Like it's teachers want to help people. Their whole job in existence is to teach people,
Mhm.
motivate people, guide people. Like so, if those are your core, then how can you be a hater? How can you be a if you're really passionate about it? When it's when it's more than just something to do for you,
Yep.
you know.
This is when, you can tell the character of a person by the way they do react or lack thereof when it comes to collaborating with people, right? Because the way that I see it is, to me, even after work, try to get a podcast and get a YouTube. To me, it's a cathartic experience. Like it is a way for me to get what's out there in my own mind out there, transfer knowledge. Um, and it's same thing too. I get inspired by the different ideas. The thing that I think inspires is when you find those commonalities in either the callous mind, that relentless mindset, or just an idea that you're like, you know what? Yeah, I used to think that back in March. He or she reminded me, I need to get back on that. And if it's something that I say, it's not leading from a place of ego, like saying, hey, you got to hear me out. Just like you said, it comes from a place of help. And without getting too social political, is in right now in the US, a lot of people want to speak, but nobody wants to hear. And I think
Right.
that's the big issue that we're having with dating, with a lot of the stuff, is that everyone's got their opinion, but nobody want to really understand it. And again, it goes back to how we grew up, whether we grew up in this kind of environment or not. So for the folks out there, like I get really, I'll be honest, I really don't even, because I'm a student of life, I really don't, I'm not gonna say I get shy, but I don't like the word expert, because just like you, I feel like I always have to continue to learn. So but it's not marketable to say, hey, you know, I'm a dating student, or because everything keeps evolving. But to say I'm an expert, I mean, that's like a weatherman. The weatherman don't lose his job, and he may not call, or a football coach may not call the right play all the time. So, but I love this because dating and game is a reflection of life, is a reflection of Do you show that relentless mentality? Do you show courage? Or if you give off lazy energy, women are going to see that. You know, if you give off non-motivated energy, you're just not going to get the right kind of woman that says, you know what, this is who I want to pair up with. It's just not going to happen. But at the same time, you know, you can't think that a quick little technique is going to work, and you're trying to get into a relationship, and then 3 months from now, that technique is false. It's not who you are. It's just, you know, then that's when people start losing themselves, when they get so caught up in game that they don't attach it to who they are as people. They put on this act because they hear us, and they take everything so literal instead of applying it to who they are as a person.
Good stuff right there, brother. Blame social media too. Many opinions out here. Yeah, there's a lot of. I just had an interaction with a troll the other day. Like 2 days ago, I was on Playing with Fire's channel,
Yeah.
and so he was saying some slick, stupid shit.
What was
And
his
then
name?
he was saying, "Oh, why is this guy talking? He has this mask on. If he's a pickup artist,
Yeah, because you're at Chili's, right?
huh?
Weren't you at Chili's? I think
No,
you're at a
no,
restaurant.
no. I'm talking about. This is before that. I was at an airport. I was
Okay.
at the airport. So then he was like, "Yeah, you interviewing the guy, and he has this mask on. He's nervous and all this. Supposed to be a pickup artist." He said that, and I seen this comment. I've gotten a comment. Sometimes people be getting on your comments when you're on other people's stuff because they don't think you don't see it. Because it's not on you, because you don't get the notification for it. No, they do. So then I told him, like, hey, bro, like, you know, it's called social distancing, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I'm at the airport. If that's why I have the mask on, and if you paid attention, I'm a mindset, not a pickup artist. You didn't listen. And he went back and forth, was like saying some more slick shit. And I told him, hey, bro, you're pretty funny. You should start a channel. And then he even had to laugh at that. Like, bro, you guys can't piss me off for real, bro. So if I'm just fucking with you, bro. I'm not really mad for reals.
Yeah.
You know. So even if I go back and forth, you don't know what I'm doing. I could be you can be talking shit. I could be literally getting my toes clipped or something. I could be eating some sushi. I'm looking at mountains and stuff right now. And you
Yeah.
talking shit in your basement, and I'm sitting here looking at the mountains, talking shit back to you.
It's
You know?
funny because it goes back to the lack of maturity and understanding, because you see that I mean, that's trolls that have the confidence, maybe not the smarts, but they got the confidence to go out there and make a fool out of themselves. But you see that in public. You know, you see people that the same person that they badmouth at work is the same person that put in a good recommendation for them, right? And all they had to do was just shut up and realize that they took a step back. That same person they were talking smack about was the only one that had their support, right? I've seen it, you know, and I just kind of made that example up, but I'm sure it's happened. I'm sure if I look back on memory,
it has happened because I know that example.
yeah. And these are trolls. This is what's funny about trolls, is that their ego's bigger than their smarts. that's what gets me about trolls. And yeah, I mean, honestly, you can't. I mean, that's like me talking to my dog. You know, like, am I gonna be mad because my dog's barking? Like, no, just, you know, just pet him a little bit and let, you know, it'll be all right. The fact that humans act like that, you know, why put any energy into it, right?
Yeah, man. It's, you know, when you sometimes the sarcasm in me makes me respond because I just like to just,
Yeah.
you know.
No, I got you. You gotta put the you gotta hit him with that chair shot, man. Yeah, I was trying to, you knew I was going there.
I gotta think it's funny though.
What's that? Oh,
No, I'm saying like because sometimes people will talk shit and I kind of think it's funny.
Yeah.
You know, I kind of will like this thing. That's funny right here.
Trying to
You
get
know, so it'll make me like, okay, you're a funny guy. You know, then
so
some guys are like,
I'm looking at my Instagram because I've had some people I had I had this one troll that he had a weird name, right? So I found out that Urban Dictionary is like a word named Stan. It goes back to that Eminem song Stan. Stan is like a stalker, basically, like a real crazy fan. That's I guess that's a word people use nowadays, Stan or whatever. So this guy was like, his username or account was like something Stan, and the stuff he was saying, right? It was weird, man. Like the dude was like, "Oh, so you're in San Antonio? Didn't you say you have a daughter? Just stuff that you're like, come on, dude, right?" So it's one thing if you got like a troll being stupid, right? Because they're trying to get attention. A lot of that's insecurities, and they just want some sort of attention from someone. They probably manic depressed or something, and they need to deal with that. So that's one type of troll, right? They don't mean no harm. Then you got these other dudes that they dudettes, woman, that they get off on the creepy stuff, and that's what that's when I really react as much as I shouldn't, because I got things that matter more than me. Um, so yeah. I mean, while we're talking about this trolls thing, for those that are out there that even looking at me and think about trolling, we teach games. So you don't think we're up on game on how manic, depressed, and anxious and insecure you are. We know the game a mile away. So when you're trolling us, you're telling us what kind of troll you are. Look at that. I prefer being single myself than anyone else. Oh my gosh. You see her username? Okay, Instagram folks. We got
Hey,
Cassandra.
Cassandra. How you doing?
Cassandra here who masturbates every night. That is a
You know her?
username. I love
You know her?
the username, but I don't know her. But is she one of yours?
Hey, no. Hey, I'm glad you hear Cassandra here who masturbates every night.
Okay, for those watching, I got to repeat this because they can hear me better on Instagram. I'm on the YouTube, which y'all need to jump on there if you can. Maybe she's one of mine. I don't know. Cassandra here who masturbates every night. Man, that's like a Native American name, man. That's her tribal name.
Cassandra, what's your Instagram? I want to see you.
That is hilarious.
I want to know if you for real. Listen, I want to original. I'm saying. Have you been on a stream before, Cassandra, and it's your first time saying something, or
Yeah, that is hilarious. Yeah, well, I'm not even kidding. We literally have someone.
be welcome though. It's all good. I just never seen Cassandra here who masturbates every night in my chat before. So
I like that kind of. I like that kind of openness.
yeah, I like that openness too. I just want to know if you like for real or playing stuff.
But you know what I was thinking? If she does it every other night and she's kind of fooling her name, she ain't living it up. You know what I mean? She's not unlocking that. She's not.
She a redhead.
Yeah, I don't know if she's a natural redhead. That's like Marvel Comics redhead, though.
Glad to see you though. Make sure you speak every time you come through with Cassandra.
Look at that dominance mindset game right there. Who I got here? I got Texas Realtor, Lissa Linford, Odd Rara, Carly Cat. Yeah, man, I told myself.
Oh, to answer your question, I think she says she preferred being single. Being single is cool. People get single and lonely mixed up, bro. Just because you're single don't mean you're fucking lonely and shit. It's not.
I used to
single doesn't mean you just sit home every night eating ice cream and bonbons and watching fucking movies. That doesn't mean single. You could be single and be okay. Just like you can be in a relationship and be fucked.
Yeah, but
there's plenty of people in relationships that are fucked, bro.
Well, here's the thing, man. They're hungry. They're hungry for that companionship or whatever, but they ain't ready, and they just end up in a messy situation. And then they're back to square one, even worse off. I mean, if you really want a relationship, it's not about what you want, it's what you can bring to the table as well. Let me see what it says. Oh my gosh. Messy Thought said, I'm changing my name to the mess that doesn't swallow. Because Chris, damn it, this is the third drink I've spit since I started watching your lives. And she put 3 laugh emojis. Messy Thoughts is one of my MVPs. Yeah. He's funny. I got Mona on there. Yeah.
Can you see me on Instagram too, or they can just hear me?
They can hear you.
Oh, okay.
They can
Oh,
hear
what? Let me start. I can't do it. Well, you guys, if you guys on Instagram, go to my Instagram, Dominance Mindset Raw Game, and make sure you follow me. And the masturbating person, you go on there too. I want to see. I want to see how you look as a real person.
you. Can y'all hear? Can y'all hear?
Oh, yeah,
We had all these
Cassandra, you
people come
go to my
through.
Instagram and follow it and DM me.
Okay, look,
I want to see what type of person writes that. I want to see.
this is a lesson in dating marketing. Okay, we had all these people come through, right? He said hi to some of the folks, some of the usuals. But if you change your name to something like Cassandra here, who masturbates at night or every night, Offie's gonna want you to follow him, okay? Because he want to see what.
I'm there too.
Is your buddy over there on
Press one in
IG?
the chat if he gonna do it.
Okay,
Give
so
me a
look what you got here. Is your buddy over there on IG? This poor man has to meet me. Yeah, he's on IG. That's actually how we connected. Dominance mindset. Matter of fact, I'll send you. I owe some DMs to four of y'all. I'll send you dominance. Just type in dominance, and you'll see that we mutual follow and all that. It'll show up. But
You'll see this face. You'll just see my face.
yeah, you see his face.
The same face. When you go over there, it's gonna be the same face as this.
Like that. So
The only difference is it's the crown. I don't have my crown on. That's the only
speaking of
thing.
crowns, see what you're doing right now. You collecting treasures. I know you, bro. Collecting treasures.
Always. You always got to do it, even when you're not doing it. You're working when you're not working.
Exactly. I call it. You got to practice that field. Be in the field. That's what I say. Let me see what we got. So I'm gonna do, because I think you got more leverage on the folks commenting there. So I'm gonna kind of like just do. I kind of did an intro, but yeah. So dating doc, got the podcast, same name, YouTube, IG, and have not written a book yet. Offie, definitely. I've been reading your first one. I like the way you frame it, the way it flows. It's been a pretty quick read when I get the chance to do something other than work. But I was enjoying. I was reading out on the patio. Good read. It puts
I feel like
me
the second one better.
Okay, because I know you told me the second one's
Trust me,
more for women. Yeah, you're just being biased, but yeah, okay, I got you. But let me see what else.
No, I just know your vibe, so I can tell.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, so the first one was good. So if then the second one, okay. And the way that I've been doing a lot of sessions, obviously with COVID. If you're in the San Antonio area, we can meet up. If not, we just do things online. The way that I do it, I do the matchmaking side of the house. I do video speed dating in case anyone's trying to do something different on how to meet. My approach is, think of it as a combination of tough love, project management, lean manager on the way that I try to get you to do some reverse planning on your life to be a better dater, and not as much on the gaming stuff. That I would say for anyone that's watching, especially for the males, if you're looking more for the game mastery, to be very frank, Offie's got definitely the strength in that. So yeah, definitely hit him up. Offie Kingdom for those that if you don't by chance find dominance mindset and you're looking at podcasts or anything else, just Google Offie, which is AFI Kingdom. AFI Kingdom, Offie Kingdom. Great person, very chill, very good energy. And who knows, we know all this calms down. He can meet up with his crazy ass Puerto Rican, and we can chop it up.
Yeah, I'm gonna start dipping out. It's my first time getting on the plane, so
Good.
it wasn't as I just had this conversation earlier. So what I was thinking is it was gonna be more intense when you travel, but actually it's more laid back.
Yeah.
It's laid back. I thought it was gonna be intense, uncomfortable, but it's really was just I guess it just people are just like whatever with it. You're here, do what you gotta do. But I was expecting for it to be real intense and uncomfortable, and it was pretty chill.
Well, most of the time, the ones that cause the discomfort is TSA, but who's going to want to blow up a plane when no one's on it nowadays, right? So I mean, that's really like a lot of it was the that part.
And, bro, and that's point of the game. So like people are scared to travel, for instance, and they hear about all these things. I'm telling you, I'm somewhere right now,
Yeah.
and it's chill, bro. You don't have to be scared. I mean, just bring your mask with you. So this is so think about not traveling is scared of rejection.
Yep.
Just do it. Now I'm chilling. You know, if I was scared of rejection, you know, scared of the unknown, then I'd be sitting my ass at home right
And here's the thing: is
now.
you don't
I'm
have to
not.
be mutually exclusive, right? Because this is how people get, right? They're like, well, if you're wearing a mask, you must be scared, or if I'm not going to wear a mask, then I can just do whatever, right? So it's just like dating. You need to be brave, but don't be stupid, right? Just like the whole mask thing, right? Because now, whether whatever, we're not scientists or doctors, but we know out of common courtesy, and as business owners, we know you have the right to refuse service. So if you're a knucklehead and you're trying to come in here and you say, hey, the government telling me I don't have to wear a mask, look, asshole, wear your mask because it's out of courtesy for other people. Okay. If not, then just show up naked. I mean, there's a reason that, there's norms in society. But at the same time, just because you have a mask on doesn't mean, hey, look, get on a plane or, take your kid somewhere or something, but nowadays it's like, well, I don't want to get rejected, so I'm just not going to try. You know what I mean? Oh, thank you for that, freelance Ronin. I appreciate the love on that. And
Hey, freelance Ronin, what's your Instagram, bro? I don't know you had an Instagram. Tell me what it is, so I can look up.
yeah,
So I this.
I really like that because I'm going to try to work on some short to the point video, and then I'm going to work on some longer ones. But I need feedback from all of you guys because I'm only one brain, and I don't know how y'all decipher. I don't know how y'all take the information. So please give me the feedback. So yeah.
Well, you know what? Let's make it all about you right now. So what I want to do, you know, we talking about rejection and stuff. I'm gonna give you the floor. You know, we gonna do an hour and a half. So the last 13 minutes is about you. So just tell the guys like the background of like, how you got into the scene, what's your like experience as far as like how the ladies, good, bad, happy, sad, whatever. And then let's just answer 5 questions. You guys ask my man 5 questions and we'll get out of here. Ask him 5 questions about it.
Yeah, but yeah, ask the questions because that puts me on the spot, and I love that. And then shout out to anyone on Instagram that's still on here. Get your dishes done, messy thoughts. So real quick background. Chris is my first name. I don't know if I think it displays. Yeah. So Chris grew up as a military brat, Army major, graduated from A&M. I got into the gaming piece of it. Yeah, about 10 years ago is when I officially started the business. Now, I put myself out there. Okay, I put myself out there on the news. I've been live on the news. Are just in the Instagram space. I've been featured on San Antonio News. My first company was Synergy Dating. So I saw a lot of people at events, singles events, speed dating, wine mixers. So not only was I studying game, but I was able to. It was like a little ant farm. I was seeing all the interactions. So on top of that, I did the matchmaking part. So I also had an online dating site. I wasn't able to compete when Tinder came out because that was a lot of good money and technology behind it. But so that's where I'm at. I would describe myself as like having more advantage working with white collar clients, corporate folks that are looking at how can I balance professional game. Okay, how can I have some swagger and talk to educated, classy women. Whether you're red pill, blue pill, purple pill, it doesn't matter. I'm very inclusive. I research a lot of this stuff, everything from attachment model theories to game, how to talk to a woman versus digital and offline. First date rules, right? Things on how to present the best kind of energy, um, and even things from freak game. You know, how to get into the lifestyle. Okay, so this is like, other than the military, and I have an 8-year-old daughter. This is my life. Okay, and so it's a different angle because, again, for a lot of us are, and no offense to anyone out there watching, but I'm a full-time military guy, and at the same time I have this business. So that just shows you the passion. Okay, for me, my primary purpose is to help and teach people, and then the money. Okay, I'm not a fool. I'm not going to do this for free, but yeah, I mean, I'm paying the bills with my military job. I have an MBA, so I got the goals set on that. Okay, abundance mindset when it comes to everything, and then when it comes to the dating piece, that's when I really get my creative side. It's a fun outlet helping people. But ask any questions you have now, because I want to be able to see some of these questions. And for the folks on Instagram, same thing too. If you have any questions, I'll be able to answer them. Yeah, let me know.
Shout out to Primal Mindset.
Yep,
I suggest you subscribe to him. Now, Primal Mindset, I didn't even get a chance to look at the content, but I can tell the content is good just from your vibe. See, that's what I'm saying. See, this is what I mean. This is a pure example. I can just tell by his thumbnails how he looks. In the 2-minute clips I seen on Instagram, what type of dude he is. And then I liked his title. His title was dating as a single dad. I feel like that was very smart of you, bro. See, and I ain't talked to you one time, and I just noticed that's a good lane. That you're opening up a whole lane for yourself.
Yeah, I just wrote his name down there.
Now you can get all the single dads on your page. You guys need to subscribe. I know you guys got kids. You need to subscribe to Primal Mindset.
Yeah,
and I can just tell that his videos got quality from the gate.
Yeah, I can see the thumbnail with that deadlift, and the name itself. That's a real cool one, because we talked about,
and that's what I mean. And that's what I mean by understanding people. Like, I don't, just like a chick, I don't have to go on a date with a woman 10 times to realize, see, she not shit. It's only gonna take me 1 or 2 times.
And the niche marketing too, right? That's the important thing, is you hit them with the single dad thing. It's a lot better than saying, hey, five dating tips. That ain't nothing. Now, if you specify, that's how you pull in a crowd.
See? So that's the teacher in me, bro. Like, you see, you didn't have to unpack that for me, bro. You know what I mean? So that's just how it goes when you are experienced in life. I picked up on all this shit. I ain't just from that.
Yeah.
You feel me? Give me a fire sign. I picked up on all this shit, and I know it's true. And he's like a good-looking guy too, good-looking white dude. So you got a whole future in front of you, bro. As long as you stay consistent and don't get caught up in numbers and views, because this shit goes up and down. You know.
Exactly. Yeah,
it was about to be 50 people in here, then the shit cut off. The people didn't come back, but the content is still good. See, I don't do this for views. I do it because I like producing good content. Like, that's my secret, bro. I've said it before. I like producing content that I would like to listen to if I wasn't on it. That's it.
Yep.
That's my whole thing.
That's for none of these A&R type of bands and artists. It all starts off with the content, right? The music, and then they hit it big, right? They're not out here, spending 50,000 on marketing, and nobody likes their stuff. It all comes in from that grassroots good content, and then that's how you get followers, because we're humanizing this. We're not out here. We got. I don't have Instagram. I never really got into it. Freelance Ronin. Can we? Okay, we can message people on. Okay, I'm gonna get on his channel. I wrote his and Primal Mindset down. I wrote his down because we got to team up, man. This is we're building a little coalition here.
Yeah, Primal Mindset. Yeah, no, freelance Ronin is he's been supporting me for a long time. I just thought he had an Instagram because I seen him say I just checked out. He said he checked out your Instagram, so I figured he had one.
Okay.
But he just checked it out. Like he just went to it and checked it out. I thought he
Right.
had an Instagram that I didn't know about.
Probably saw it public or whatnot without the app. Man, but we got any questions here? Because I'm trying to get at least one or two here.
Yeah, let's get some questions, guys.
Yeah, y'all ask anything you want. And same thing with the Instagram crowd. If y'all got any questions, this is my longest session ever.
Here, let's do it like this.
Yeah.
Because I know these guys. Primal Mindset, ask a question. Lottery Guru, ask a question.
Do it. Let's
These three, the two of my day ones, and a guy who I like. Primal Mindset, ask a question. Lottery Google, ask a question. And Freelance Ronin, ask a question. Then we'll do two more. So that should be three guaranteed questions right there.
For those that are on my Instagram, while I wait on the questions, I'm going to close out the Instagram only. So anybody that's watching on the YouTube side, I'm not closing that up yet. But I do have to close it out for the Instagram only because I got the 2-minute countdown. But for the Instagram only, I'm gonna say goodbye to them. I got a question real quick. What do you think about international dating? Do you have any personal experience? I'm gonna have to answer that real quick before I get the countdown here. International dating. I'm gonna tell you 2 quick tips. The big thing is the best game is learn a little bit of the culture and use it in your conversations, and then just be yourself. Like you're not out here trying to blend in too much. Okay, I'm not into dating. What's your YouTube? YouTube is the dating doc, same as the Instagram. I gotta go Instagram, folks. I'm gonna stay on the YouTube. Okay, I'll close it out for you. Instagram, I'm still on the
Okay, you got 2 questions back to back right here, man.
Okay, any tips on talking to women when you have anxiety or social anxiety? Okay, here's the thing. Fight or flight is what's kicking in. Before you even talk to a woman, before you go out there, okay, biggest thing you got to do is you got to do 2 things. Google or YouTube meditation, okay? And this is why, okay? The reason you do meditation is you're literally rehearsing what does it feel like talking to a woman and those responses you have, right? You get all tight, you get all nervous, you get all sweaty. You gotta rehearse, okay? You gotta rehearse what that feels like, and you gotta work on the nonverbal, okay? So that's the first thing. The other thing is if you're going to a place where you know you're gonna talk to a woman, and you suffer from a lot of social anxiety and anxiety, working out just kills a lot of the cortisol spikes. So it goes back to the science of it. You kill the cortisol spikes, you don't have fight or flee anymore. Okay, so I don't care if that's yoga, I don't care if that's lifting or running, but kill the anxiety through meditation and working out. Okay, and then what we got here, what has your dating experience been like, current or prior military service? Did you get left for some Jodies like I did? Nope, never been married. I was the Jody, I'll be honest. And Afi, real quick, so a Jody, you know what
I didn't even realize what he said.
Okay, that's military talk, brother. Okay, so a Jody is the other dude, right? So a Jody, we even have Army cadences about this, right? We'll be running and we'll be talking about, I forget the cadences right now, but a Jody is like the other dude, right? So the guy's deployed, the husband or the boyfriend's deployed, and the Jody is the one that creeps up and sneaks in the house and does this thing, right? So I've heard stories about Jodies being caught in bed with a woman while the husband's coming back from deployment, or a field training exercise, things of that sort. So he's asking about what has your dating experience been, current or prior military. So here's the thing. I had my fun during deployments, okay? And you don't get a lot of privacy in deployments, right? They literally set up a base in the middle of nowhere. I was in Kuwait. That was my last deployment, which is really not a deployment, but we're in the middle of Kuwait, and we got just these buildings, these connexes we stay in, and it's just dark. The rest of it is dark. So I'll tell you right now, like, I would catch a girl at the PX. The PX is like a small version of our little Walmart, like a little store. I would game. I'm telling you, Afi, I'm in uniform. I'm not even supposed to talk to them because of the difference in rank. Like, I can literally lose my job, but I'm like, fuck it, because this girl looked good and I ain't getting shit out here in Kuwait. And I'm like, fuck it, right? And again, it's that primal mindset. And he knows what I'm talking about. I would talk to them at the PX because the girl had a fatty. She looked good. Talk to her, hit her up on whatever, Facebook, texting. A lot of people over there have a temporary phone. And we would sneak off somewhere. And those are the kind of stories where, I mean, that's military, man. That's a wildlife. Some of the biggest freaks in the lifestyle, I'm talking swinger lifestyle, BDSM, any of that stuff, are military. Because again, we go through a lot of stress. We might move from a place in 2 to 3 years, and so we don't know what's promised to us. So yeah, we game a lot. And you know what? I'm pulling off the brakes because I'm off of Instagram. Instagram, I kind of gotta, I gotta sanitize it a little bit. But now that we're on YouTube, man, yeah. So I'm gonna tell you right now, and I'm an officer, okay? So I'm gonna leave it at that. Yeah, I don't take advantage of my uniform like I used to because it's that natural mindset. I don't say, well, I'm this rank or I'm military. I just let it be part of my game when I'm somewhere. It's just like, I already know I got the uniform. I don't even have to mention it. You see what I'm saying? It's not even like, it's like, I don't even say, oh, do I look good or not? I'm just like, it's natural. I don't even have to sell it. So when you're military, don't do the whole douchebag thing because you got the uniform. Just be natural about it. Be natural, and you'll get it. But I'm telling you right now, the military one, especially when we go overseas, and I know because you travel a lot as well, Afi, it is wild. Because you're away from the same environment. You're still yourself, but you're just elevated and you up for more adventures. That's the best way I can explain it.
That's what's up. Shout out to Prince O for the super chat. He said purpose. Yeah, we always on our purpose, bro.
He got me hyped with that military one. I want to give. They don't got to be military related. If y'all got any kind of questions, I can go into
Here's another question right there.
Okay. What is your opinion on dealing with a flirtatious coworker? I wish I knew more of your background because it's a big difference between like working at like I know Afi brought up like it don't matter like conservative whatever, but the work environment does make a difference. But when flirtatious coworker, here's the thing: you got to gauge that she's totally game, even if things don't work out. Okay. I would, instead of thinking about is she interested in me or not, think about the after. Is this woman going to be okay if I start dating a couple of chicks? Is she going to be okay if we're just crushing it, or if we get into a relationship and we break up? Are we going to be okay when I got to stare at this woman every day at work? Because you're spending a lot of time at work, and the last thing you want is a jealous, manipulative woman that could either bad talk you to your boss or that could get other coworkers against you if it's a bad scenario, because this is your workspace. So something to think about there. Oh, Korea is the best time to date in the military. Korea is the best and worst of times. Okay, I'm gonna say this because you got what's called the juicy girls. I won't put you on this one, Afi. Juicy girls, a majority of them are Filipino, Ukrainian, and Korean. And they hang out at bars right outside the base. The reason they're called juicy girls is they literally come up to you and talk to you. They just try to game you into buying drinks. And they literally got like those little punch cards when I had discount lunches as a kid. The little punch cards. The reason they're called juicy girls is because they dilute your drink with just more juice. And so it's really not a lot of alcohol because the bar is trying to save money on the alcohol. And at the end of the night, when you filled up that card, that's when you can say, hey, can we do this? It's basically a glorified whorehouse. Now, for military to military, a lot of people get in more trouble in Korea than they do any other place. Okay, let me read this. Talk to female customer couriers and work on them. Oh, shit. I didn't read that. How do you get to that level of talking to chicks in uniform? That's the only thing I'm nervous, scared to do, and I'm a confident dude. So Dookie, I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna tell you, I'm a major. Okay, I'm a major, and I have no fear on game, and I can still do a good job and be professional on the military side. Hit me up if you want to get specific on the military talk, because there's a lot of rules with it. You get caught talking to the wrong woman, and you can get a sharp case. Sharp is a sexual harassment and rape prevention. That's a sharp program, obviously. So you imagine someone get caught up in uniform, talk to the wrong girl. He can literally catch a case in the military just for flirting. I'm not kidding. So you can imagine how ballsy you got to be in uniform, gaming on another woman that you ain't even supposed to talk to. But the reason I do it, it's not because I'm trying to lose my job. It's because I pick up on her energy. I literally, after a while, when you game enough, you can pick up on energy. And I pick up on her energy, and I say, you know what? This woman's cool. She's authentic, and all she wants is authenticity. And we can be discreet about this. That's all she cares about. If you go up to one of these little prissy girls just because they look good, it ain't gonna work. You were attached to the other woman you were attracted to. Well, help you break that attachment. Okay, so I went into that, Sean O'Neill. Negative confirmation is what helped. Shit, you recommend breaking military contract? Damn, it hit me up. Okay, wait, I missed that other one about military contract, but
it's back up.
Okay, let me get this first one here, and then I'm gonna get that military one. Negative confirmation. Get rid of the idea of the woman and mentally dissect the woman and be like, you know what? She takes a shit just like me, right? She's insecure just like me. Her breath smell like boo-boo in the morning just like me. She probably been dumped by guys before, just like, you've been rejected by a woman or whatever. So when you break her down to reality, you're not attached to her. You're not attached to the idea of her. The only way y'all can be attached is it's a mutual thing. It's love. It's just straight up love. Things that our great grandparents talk about, if they, stay together. But again, you're attached to the idea of a woman, okay? And just like you said, not the woman. You can't be devoted to a woman that's not devoted to you, especially if she don't even know you devoted to her.
That's facts. All right, but last questions is with Prince O.
All right,
y'all make sure y'all subscribe to Prince O, man.
I'm gonna write him down too. And Prince O, any military folks, please contact me, because you know what? I just did the 22 push-up challenge awareness for against veteran suicide. Some of y'all go through some shitty stuff. You go through a divorce. Woman has general power of attorney, and she literally ransacked your bank account. Military goes through a lot more shit. I'm not saying we're better than anyone, but we just have very peculiar, weird situations that most people don't realize. So please contact me away from just gaming. So let me read this military contract. Okay, here's the thing. I got out of active duty in 4 or 5 years, but I stayed in the reserves. I now have an active duty contract, so I recommend that you don't completely get out, because there's still some good commanders out there. There's still some good NCOs. You're going to get to a point where you could influence, and you could be at a point of leadership where you can say, you know what? I'm going to be the caring leader. The only way these guys end up becoming leaders is they stick around. Okay, so when you stick around, you can influence that. When you get out, you're going to be working with civilians that are going to be ate the hell up. You're not going to have those benefits. You're not going to have the medical benefits. So it's a tough lifestyle. It might frustrate you right now, but if I were you, I would tough it out and just keep working on your mental health. Okay, that's where you got people like me, man. I'm here to talk to you. I can't hear you.
I said that was some good game. Shout out to Lottery Google for the super chat. I'm gonna just say my last words, and then I'll leave it with you as far as me. Make sure you follow me on Instagram, Dominus Mindset Raw Gang, for exclusive content, lives, and audio message DM action. Is a lot faster to hit me like that than emailing me. I promise you. You email me, it's gonna take me a little while to get back. DM me, I can get right back to you because it's my job to be on my phone at this point. I'm on my phone right now, so you know, uh, get the both of the books, Afi Kingdom on Amazon. Just go to Amazon, type in Afi Kingdom, and they'll both come up. You know, um,
And the big thing I want to thank you because here's the thing: you drop the products, but character and how you are as a person is what should lead people to check out your products. And you a character, man. You outstanding character. I appreciate you being able to reach out to me and do this. Um,
and we'll
I
do it again.
what's up?
You want to join? You want to join the panel on Sunday,
What we got? What time?
8 o'clock.
We'll talk offline. Yeah, but yeah.
It's gonna be red pill. Well, you know, I'm cross promoting. I know I'm doing it.
Hey,
It's red pill and dating part 2 on Sunday at 8 Pacific time. It's gonna be an all-star panel. We're gonna do like at least 10 people.
So that's 10 mine. Yeah, we good. Shit, I'll bring a
So it's
drink.
gonna be
I have my
it's
drink.
gonna be like, yeah, it's gonna be at least 10 of us on there.
I'm gonna make a Moscow meal from over here, man.
So yeah, just tell everybody where to find you and all of that stuff.
Yeah, so real quick, everything matches up on the dating doc. Make sure you got that THE in front of it. The dating doc, datingdoc.com. I got the YouTube. I got Instagram. Same thing as well. I'm a lot faster on the on the DM for Instagram. And then for the website itself, we got the matchmaking. So if you're interested in kind of seeing that and seeing what kind of connect I got for you. But don't hesitate to reach out. I'm not the kind of guy that's gonna like sell you on the first message. I want to know you as a person, to even see if we can work together first, and then we go from there. So it's the same thing I do with anyone. So dating doc, and if not, you just check out my name, Chris Feliciano. It's like Felicia N-O, LinkedIn. So yeah.
Oh, good. So you guys have a good night, and I'll see you on Sunday unless I decide to do something in between time randomly. Make sure when you finish this video, you can share it with your friends, share it with your people, post it on your community tab. And when you want to support the stream, if you don't want to do a super chat, at minimum, just like the video and drop a comment because it really helps the content, the interaction. It's not about the views, it's about engagement. So make sure to drop a 100. We are the kings. Fire sign. Leave it in the comments. Other than
Shit, man,
that,
I'll take anything, man. Y'all drop any kind of emoji. I'll got me on the follower and say, hey, for now, man, I'll take one letter responses, man.
all right, man. So yeah, pleasure as always. I'll talk to you soon, Date and Doc, and in the chat. Y'all have a good night.
Hey, much
Peace,
love.
peace.
Thank y'all. Good night.